still think of that past. And too many fullness, day after day. Misery, and too many fullness, day after day. Your passion, take it from me. I'll swear to you when to make yourself happy. Your passion, I'll swear to you when to make yourself a hero. Without flowers, forget what they quit for day after day. Without flowers, blossom in the stream of tears. They still think of the past. Misery, and too many fullness, day after day. Misery, and too many fullness, day after day. Your passion, take it from me. I'll swear to you when to make yourself happy. Your passion, I'll swear to you when to make yourself a hero.
What is good, people? This is the KOA podcast. I am Satsuki the Savage. He is everything animated. What is good, people?
Hello, everybody. Hopefully, everyone's having a good old day today. I mean, tomorrow is Independence Day, so you may have taken the day off early. If so, good on you.
Yeah, I was about to call it something stupid. I was about to call it 4th of July Eve or something. But
who knows? Hello, Decrepit Storm. Hello, Trayvon. Always a pleasure.
yeah, what is good, people? We are in the summer season now. Spring is pretty much kaput.
It's done.
Yeah. All anime that are, for the summer season are going to really start this week. A lot of them are starting around like Friday, Saturday. But we are in the summer 2025 season, y'all. We are very excited to announce what we're going to be watching. We'll announce that after we cover the shows that we're supposed to cover today. That being only Lazarus, the final episode, and Dandadan, season 2, episode 1. We have thoughts on both of these series. Are they positive? Are they negative? Are they neutral? Sit here and find out. All right. But the first thing that we got to do is cover the news, what's going on in the world, what's going on with us. So, yeah. You know what to do.
I got something that'll, I hope it don't give you no goddamn blues.
Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's miracle.
So, this is the first thing with me. All right. So, I'm almost finished watching JoJo Golden Wind Part 5. Yesterday I was streaming and I watched like 5 episodes in a row. I was tempted to keep going. I had to do
So you were locked in.
Yeah, I did like this spin the wheel thing at the end to go like, am I going to watch another episode or am I going to stop? And eventually I was, they put the hand over my shoulder and was like, all right, buddy, time to relax.
You gotta go.
Yeah. But I've been enjoying the hell out of part 5. I've been hurt because I don't know what it is, but my favorite characters always get maimed, killed, or become irrelevant. One or the other. So
Always happens.
It's a tradition at this point. But yeah, I've been enjoying JoJo Part 5. It's been pretty fun. Almost done with that. And making some progress with the Ubel video. I'm in a process of gathering all the images and videos and stuff like that. And I'm very like meticulous about that. So it's been a really slow process, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Like I would say like 40% done with that. So finally I can get back to my YouTube channel because my God, it's been some months. I want to say it's going on 3-4 months.
Been a while. Been a while for me too. Been a good while for me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I have a confession I have to make.
Oh God. What is it?
I watched Solo Leveling.
How much did you watch?
The whole thing.
Wow.
The whole stinking thing. I know. I'm a bad person.
No, you're not a bad person yet. Where do you stand, EA?
Okay. This is my honest to God how I feel about it opinion. I can definitely see why people like this series. It's well animated. It probably episode 12 season 2 had probably one of the best animated fight scenes I've seen in a good while, and it was so freaking good. Like it's definitely a lot of people like to call it a farming anime or whatever you want to say.
Farming.
You know, like, oh, it's the aura farming. It's just the aura, and yeah, I can definitely see that. But to me, it's a shonen. I don't hate it. I actually rather like it. But here's the thing: when it comes to the series, when it comes to the second season, to me it felt like a finale in a way. Like we reached kind of like to the point where it's like it's all the way to the max where it's like this guy is so incredibly strong. Where else can you go from here? So it almost kind of makes me worried for season 3 because it's like, you know, we've reached this peak of the series where he's like literally this super strong being. But season 3, I'm just like, is this where it's going to go down? But I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It's a shonen. It's something that you don't have to really think that hard about. It's fun action. I mean, are there some characters that are better than others? Sure. Are there some characters that are there just to serve purpose to the other characters and just die randomly for no reason? Yes. So I think it's fun. Is it the greatest anime I've ever seen? No. Is it like, oh man, you don't know, Solo Leveling is the greatest thing ever? Like, I'm not going to give it its flowers and crown it or anything. I just think it's a fun series to you can just switch your brain off and just watch a weekend. And like I recently watched that Muscle and Magic series. It reminded me a lot of that. It's a fun, goofy series, except that show is more comedy but this Solo Leveling is like all serious. I think there's like barely any comedy in it. So maybe it takes itself a little too seriously, but I enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, I just want to say, EA, you are a traitor to KOA, your fellow countrymen, and the entirety of mankind.
No, I'm sorry.
Just as a reminder, just in case you forget.
I will remember that for the rest of my days. I will shoulder this burden forever.
Well, yeah. I mean, Solo Leveling is just, it doesn't really appeal to me because I kind of know what I'm going to get. It's one of those things where I feel if you read one of these power fantasy manhwa, you kind of read all of them. And I was at a with me at least, I've read like Tower of God. What was that one series someone made me read? I think it's called Second Ranker, and I'm currently reading the series called Hero Killer, and it kind of have the same feel to it. I know it is a genre, so I mean that makes sense, but it feels so samey that it just doesn't appeal to me because it's like superpower, overpowered main character, steamrolling, flexing on all the brokies, and I mean it looks cool and whatnot. Because I've seen Solo Leveling art, not with the anime, but with the manhwa, and it looks pretty sick.
Yeah,
but it just never really grabbed me. So it's never a series that I feel if I watched it, I wouldn't think it was bad either. But I probably wouldn't be extremely moved by it. I'd probably just be like, oh, this is cool.
I kind of equate it to a pepperoni pizza. You can order it from whatever place you want. You know exactly what you're going to get, and it's probably going to taste good. There's some that are better than others, but you know what you're getting whenever you get yourself that pepperoni pizza. That's kind of what I look at it as.
Well, oh yeah, there is a couple of things actually. So Black Clover is supposed to have a season 2 in the anime. That got announced. I'm not a Black Clover guy. I don't know what was going on with the anime. I think the anime was, I don't know how long it's been gone, but
it was on like hiatus.
Yeah, because I know the manga was still going and the anime just like, it was like, all right, we're done. But yeah, they're having a season 2 as well, if I can find it, because I've just had it in my sights. Let's see. Oh, that's what it was. Crunchyroll got caught with their hand in the cookie jar.
Oh,
they got exposed for using Chat GPT translations.
Oh, you motherfuckers. You couldn't pay a subtitler to do your job. You had to do AI. It's not like you don't have millions, if not billions of dollars.
Yeah. And we're not surprised by it.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
They're slowly like creating their, I don't even know if it's slowly at this point, but
it's basically a monopoly.
Yeah. Creating their monopoly, and with that comes when you get to dictate everything, it's like, all right, now we can kind of like cut out all the fluff, so to speak. And the fluff in this case would be paying translators. Why pay translators when we can just put this in the computer? AI spit something out for us. We just burn it in the raw file that we got, and then we put it out.
Yeah, and then when there's a critical scene that has a terrible translation and it says something along the lines of, "Oh no, the thing is coming, help!" It's just really bad, and it's just like, wait, why would they translate that? That's not what he said.
No. Yeah, it's a pretty shitty, business model, but we kind of expect that with Crunchyroll. So,
oh yes, absolutely.
It's so funny when you think about some of the when you think of pirating. A lot of the things that go into pirating, especially when it comes to translations, because it's a lot of real people who are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into getting out content for people. It's funny how pirating sometimes is more honest than the official thing.
You ain't kidding. Like when it comes to like the pirating ones, they make it authentic. You ever see those translations where they'll even like include like an asterisk of what a certain word stands for, like translation into Japanese? I love shit like that because it makes the saying much more like understandable. So you're like, oh, that's why they said that. Because then you'll get like a subtitle translation. It's like, why did they say it that way? But I like that. And you'll even see some stuff on YouTube where they'll animate it. It's like just maybe a group of people just animating something, not even like before the series comes out, and it looks incredible. And they have like that love and passion for it, when instead they probably had like a studio that had billions of dollars just to animate it, and it looks like shit and CG. It's just goop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the resources in the world, but no money spent on making quality. That's how it is sometimes. The Decrepit Storm said, damn, they were already paying their translators peanuts, so I guess it makes sense. Yeah. Wish Crunchyroll didn't take over Right Stuff. That was a great website to buy anime and manga. Yeah. I was using them for years. I think a lot of my first manga that I ever bought, which was a whole mess of stuff because I wasn't collecting stuff by the volume at the time, was through Right Stuff. I bought a whole bunch of Bleach volumes. I didn't really buy Naruto like that. Couple One Piece stuff. A lot of mix and match of stuff. Right Stuff was really, really cool.
Crunchyroll used to be a really fantastic website. They used to have forums that you could chat on. I feel like they were really for the community. They actually had free manga that you could read as a part of having your subscription with Crunchyroll. And that's when I first read Inuyashiki before the anime even came out. And I was like, wow, this is neat. And then a couple of weird ones. Inside Mary was another one. But yeah, it was there. That was a cool option. I wish that option was back. And I think for 1 month of March, this was all the way back in like 2013, they did a whole month dedicated to Mushoto Shinkai because of the director. Well, this is before he even did, Your Name and everything. But they had all of his movies and catalog on there, and I was like, I could watch all this as a part of subscription. That's fucking cool. And I just went down the list and saw all of his stuff, just stuff like that. Crunchyroll don't do that anymore. It's just sad.
Soulless. We need money. Oh, speaking of movies, since you named Your Name, I watched Spirit Away for the first time.
I saw the tail end of you seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I'm not I've said this before, I'm not an anime movie guy, so there's a lot of movies I missed out on. Right now, I think my list, I think I could fill up my hand on the anime movies I watched, which are like Madoka Magica, Spirited Away, Princess Momonoke. What was another anime movie I remember? One of the Naruto movies. I forgot what it was called. It was this movie centered around this actress. Weird ass movie. Oh, it didn't like a whole bunch of Dragon Ball Z movies. I don't think about those a lot, but the one I remember the most probably is Dead Zone. Yeah.
Dead Zone, Tree of Might, World's Strongest. Those are all great.
Yeah. But that's all the news I have, unless you had something you wanted to
just
talk about.
Really quick little tidbit here. Trayvon did bring it up. It is Anime Expo. It started today. It's the weekend of Anime Expo, and what that usually means, because it's the biggest anime convention in the whole country. I don't know about the world, but it's definitely in America. It takes place in LA for 4 days. So it's usually the 4th of July weekend. And they're going to have a lot of announcements coming soon. They have, and I have the list right here, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Solo Leveling Season 3, Black Clover, but looks like that was already confirmed. Hell's Paradise. What is that? Oh, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7. I guess that's the Steel Ball run. They're going to probably confirm that anime. Chainsaw Man, Bleach Part 4, new Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I mean, that's going to be interesting. I mean, is it going to be like new people, or is it going to be like Cyberpunk in the world?
Yeah,
because the first season I thought was great.
Yeah, but the problem is like everybody kind of died.
Right, except for Lucy. But that was it. One Punch Man Season 3, My Hero Academia, whatever. ReZero, just a whole bunch of stuff they're going to essentially just be announcing. So basically what I'm getting at, and this is a North Star remake. Yeah, a lot of stuff that they're going to be talking about is going to be coming up within, if not today, definitely within the next couple of days and definitely this weekend. So be on the lookout because there's going to be a lot of anime that they're going to be announcing soon because, well, I mean, it's the most wonderful time of the year. The Anime Expo trailer things.
I'm already on the lookout, but for different reasons.
Okay. What are you looking up?
Somebody already they're at Anime Expo and they took some pictures and
cosplayers.
I saw somebody cosplaying as Drake from Nikkei, and I was like, damn, I need to go.
I know. I've always wanted to go, but I mean, they're relatively close to where I'm at here in Arizona, but it's just like, I feel like they either sell out or they're too expensive, but I always see the crowds, like whenever they open it up and everything, it's literally just like shoulder to shoulder. And I'm just like, that just seems so uncomfortable. At least with San Diego Comic-Con, there's a cap, so you don't have to like worry about it overfilling and whatever, but
yeah.
I feel like they don't cap it with Anime Expo, and that's why there's always a lot of people. They need to start doing that.
They're not, but yeah, I feel it. One more thing I want to say. I started the visual novel for Steins Gate. Was it this week or last week? Doesn't really matter.
I think I saw you playing it, like at least in the title. But then when I clicked on it, you were playing Elden Ring.
Yeah. It's been pretty cool thus far. I'm like 6 hours into it, almost done with the first chapter, like really close to finishing the first chapter. It's kind of crazy how accurate the anime was to the visual novel. It's like
Paid homage
1-to-1 thus far. Like everything I remember from the anime has happened in the visual novel thus far. The only thing that's different is obviously because it's a visual novel, given a format, you get to hear more of Okabe's thoughts, and I feel the explanation for things are more descriptive and just longer in general. But yeah, everything, the jokes, characters, everything has been pretty consistent. Like, you remember the whole scene in Steins Gate where Okabe keeps looking at Luca and saying, "But he's a guy." They did that whole thing in the visual novel. Like literally that whole thing was the same.
Delicate flower, just a dainty little thing of beauty, but he's still a guy.
Yeah, it's exact same scene. So yeah, it's been fun thus far. It's making me remember why I love that series. The cast is really fun.
Yeah, freaking great series. I definitely want to rewatch it again. That's for sure.
Shout out to Ferris Nyan.
Yeah.
We up.
Ferris Nyan.
One Punch Man season 3 coming out this year too.
Yep, in the fall.
Yep. Well,
just getting a Blu-ray. Huh, maybe that's what the announcement is.
Yeah, you having too much fun.
What can I say? I'm a barrel of laughs.
I want to put a stop to that, and I know exactly the series that'll do that.
Why you got to do this to me?
Listen,
why you got to?
It's mutual destruction. I'm hurt. It hurts me more than it hurts you. We have to talk about Shinichiro's Watanabe's latest, and I don't know how you feel, EA, but I feel I can say this. It's Shinichiro Watanabe's greatest disaster.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say greatest film. Oh, I was kind of serious. I would be like, wait, but greatest disaster.
His biggest blunder.
I've seen a lot of his stuff, even some of his stuff that I thought was mid or could have been better. I think when people remember Shinichiro Watanabe at the end of his career, or God forbid he passes on and stops making stuff or whatever, this is probably going to be one of these things he won't be remembered for. They'll remember Bebop. They'll remember Champloo. They'll remember Carol and Tuesday. They'll remember the greats. This is one of those where they will definitely look back and go, we could skip over that one. We don't have to mention that. We can pass on that. But I think we both knew what was going to happen. We both called it. We said it was going to feel rushed. We weren't going to have a set, because when everything was all said and done, and I'm talking about everything as a whole with the series, it didn't feel satisfying.
No.
It's like we saved humanity, but at the same time, it's like, did it feel rewarding? I don't think it did. Like, you would think something as big as saving the world from a natural disaster of a virus would feel uplifting, but it didn't. It was very just like, there you go.
Yeah, it
that
didn't even
happened.
It didn't even feel like it was earned either. It feel like everything that they struggled with had nothing to do with actually finding Skinner. Like,
Also,
Axel's whole thing with HQ, what the fuck did that have to do with Skinner at the end of the day? Well, actually, it had some loose connection, because Dan Schneider is the one who hired the assassin, and he hired the assassin because he was trying to turn Skinner's research into a bioweapon, and that's why he hired the assassin to silence Lazarus and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that we didn't need this assassin. If we needed him, we didn't need to know his stupid ass backstory. I didn't give two shits about HQ. Did anybody care about HQ? Oh, poor baby. He was brainwashed as a kid. Boo fuckity who. Oh, I wanted to fight. I didn't even get a cool fight. The only thing I got was a building crumbling, and somehow Axel survived that.
The funny thing about how the whole HQ and Axel fight ended is HQ basically killed himself.
With that fucking rocket launcher, right?
Yeah, for no reason, he just decides to shoot the helicopter, and then it crashes into the building, because obviously, and then the whole building falls apart, rubble falls on him, and then he dies. And I went, wait, why do you just kill Axel? Because mind you, when he was fighting Axel, he had the upper hand. Axel couldn't do anything really, and then he started having the mind break tremors, and he started tripping, and then Axel was asking the helicopter for help, and then he just said pew, pew, and then basically killed himself. It's like the longest assisted suicide I've ever seen.
Good thing HQ decided to bring a fucking rocket launcher up to the building before they even fought. Because when you saw him, he had it in his hand. I'm like, is he gonna blow his ass up? And then he puts it down.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was thinking. I was like, well, that's going to be used later for some arbitrary reason. But in the sense of HQ's trying to take out Axel, why did he have that?
No reason. Like, it was convenient for him to have it. It's like, oh God, there's a helicopter. And then shoots it down. Good thing he had that just in case. Because he knew that helicopter was coming, I guess.
Yeah, and just turns into the fighting. It first and foremost, Axel shouldn't be moving around. He literally was in a life or death situation last episode where he was where they didn't know whether he's going to live or not. So you have an injury like that, and then the next day, not even the next day, within hours, you're able to fight pretty well, parkour. That was ridiculous. I understand he has a lot of ridiculous feats. Nobody's holding him to the standard of us normal humans or anything like that. But I'm holding you to your own standard, because you guys said that he was on death's door, and all of a sudden now he's good enough to fight an assassin.
Yeah, and survive everything, I guess. Decrepit Storm says, was there any actual connection between Axel and the assassin? I don't think so, other than the fact that he saw his stupid necklace.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the thing that triggered him the whole time.
And they went to explain that whole thing of why that was important. And honestly, what is the point of going over it? Nobody cares. It was this generic story where he was trained to be an assassin. They trained him to not have emotions and be a Terminator-like killer. And he tripped out, killed all the students, and killed his mentor. And his mentor is like, you have now become truly a monster. And
but now that's his backstory.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. And then that's his backstory.
And why did Axel even go to him? Because he sent him an ominous text. It's true. He sent him a text about how meet me at Angel's doorstep or something. And he's like, I'll see your ass. And then just goes up to the roof and just so happens to see him and knows he was there.
Also,
this was bad.
Also, this has nothing to do with the Axel and HQ thing. But because of how everything played out with this episode, it makes I know I said I didn't really care about it last episode, but now in retrospect, it just seems stupid that it happened. Now this makes this whole Chris and Axel kiss dumb because
there's no point.
They didn't. Now, if they did something at the end where they showed there was some budding romance between them, one thing at the end, that would have been like, all right, I see why you did that. But now it just seems like, why did that happen exactly? What was the point? Does that lead anywhere? Was it because of her thinking that their time was ending? What exactly was that?
She just had a momentary lapse of judgment. She was just like, for some reason, she thought it was her ex-lover. just kissed him on the lips.
Oh shit! Oh,
because it was towards the end, and surprisingly, well, I guess that was explained too. I was about to say it was getting towards the end, but nobody was dying or going blind or anything. But of course, everybody in Lazarus was immune. So that kind of explains that whole thing, which that really annoyed the shit out of me. I hate with a passion when shows or movies or whatever do that. At the last second, just go, oh yeah, it was them the whole time. Or if they were no explanation, no hints, no just little subtleties, maybe flashbacks, waking up going, what was it? Nothing. It was just, they were all there.
They were all there at the same time, and not them, not Hirsch herself. Nobody made that connection.
Nope. Right. And nobody said anything about it.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's ridiculous because their name was supposed to be like a pun, not a pun, but a play on words when it came to a biblical thing of rising.
Yeah,
Lazarus.
Yeah, we talked about what Lazarus meant when we first started, but yeah, it's supposed to represent resurrection. So it was they died in when the airport scene happened with Skinner, where they had the forces shoot the briefcase and the bioweapon spread. It's they died in that sense, but their genes mutated and they became immune to it. And yeah, and that's why, even though Elena,
but no one remembers that.
Yeah, nobody remembers that.
Not a single person remembers that and goes, oh yeah, I remember just being in a random airport and the U.S. cops shot at the canister and I passed out and thought I died. Yeah, that happened way back when. Decrepit Storm, that's perfect. That explanation was something out of Future Diary.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to poke fun or whatever, but that's, I mean, if I'm being fair and if we're being harsh to Future Diary, it's the same with Lazarus.
I mean, it was pretty bad. It's so many different reasons why that why that moment is so egregious, because like you said, seemingly nobody has any memories of that occurring. None of the handlers have any memory. Like nobody makes the connection that, hey, the guys that we handpicked for this were all at this airport at the same time. And it's not like they don't have technology. I understand they were younger, obviously, but it's not like they don't have the technology to identify the people who were involved in that. Like, this is the literal government where they're giving all these people resources to find people specifically in the world. You can't tell me they didn't have resources to go, okay, Chris, Axel, Elena, Doug, Leland, you all were here at that time. So because the cure essentially was, I won't say right in front of them, because it was, I don't know if they could distribute whatever was in their blood, but they could have researched it and it was right under their nose.
It was right under their nose there. And Sasuke, remember a couple episodes back when I said that homeless guy looks strangely like Dr. Marco, Dr. Skinner? I was like, I'm pretty sure. Sure enough, it was. And I'm like, well, that wasn't very good. Even I, as a casual anime viewer, saw that it was him. Yeah.
It was a lot of people that were bringing that up, the homeless guy there. So, that wasn't even a surprise. That wasn't even like one of those things where it's like, oh, shit. It was just like, oh.
And not only that, it's not like he grew a beard or like changed his face or anything. Dude was wearing glasses and had a beanie. That was the only thing he had.
No, he can't be Dr. Skinner. Dr. Skinner's not poor.
Fuck, I feel like that's what people did. They put two. Dr. Skinner's rich, poor person. I don't think that's the same person. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yes, Trayvon, that was a really good tribute at the end, where they said rest in peace, because I honestly didn't know who that was when they said, I hope I'm saying this right, Kikyo Nobumoto, co-creator of the series, and also she wrote screenplays for Bebop, Shampoo, Carol and Tuesday, died of cancer in 2021. How touching. I honestly didn't know that.
I don't think it's a coincidence that with her passing, this show ended up as bad as it went.
I mean, because if she passed away in 2021, and this was a series that was probably in like pre-production by the time I mean, I don't know. I'm just assuming by the time that happened and whatnot. So if she was still alive, who's to say? Maybe we'd have a better story. That's crazy. But man, yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace for sure. But yeah, they already found him in episode 3. Doug was just blind.
Yeah.
Poor Doug. He had him right there, and he's just like, no. And also, fuck you, Dr. Skinner. You guys didn't try hard enough. The guy was right there. You didn't say shit.
Dr. Skinner. No. You know what? Axel. I don't know what thesis this story was trying to bring with this conversation between Skinner and Axel. Or I guess you could just say Skinner and the rest of Lazarus, Hirsch included. But there's a moment after they find him and he's talking about why he did what he did, and he regrets that his research was being used as a bioweapon. Understandable. I personally wouldn't try to destroy the entire world because of something like that, but that's just me. That's just my preference. But there's a moment where Axel asks Dr. Skinner, and I quote, where is it at? Is it a good thing that we found you? What? What?
I don't know. You tell me.
What type of philosophical question is that? Is it a good thing that we didn't let everybody in the world die? Or a majority of the people in the world die?
And I don't know, maybe they were trying to be philosophical with that, as trying to say, is humanity worth saving, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, I don't know. he didn't seem to put up a huge fight. They found him and he's like, here's your prize. The cure that's in my brain that I wrote on a piece of paper. Please, nobody lose that piece of paper. It blows away in the wind. Humanity is dead.
It comes off as just, I don't know, like pretentious, because they spent all this time looking for Dr. Skinner, and then he says a couple of words of why he did what he did, which was, they used my research as a bioweapon. That was essentially it. And because of that sways Axel to the mindset of where he's not sure if it was right in finding him and saving the rest of humanity. What?
Right, because of a personal vendetta that you felt about your weapon. Oh, they used my weapon as something to kill people. So now I'm going to kill humanity. Okay. I mean, I understand being mad at the world, but goddamn.
And if it was one of those things to where it was just a test, because this whole time I was saying I was caping for him. Shit, I might be a popcorn wizard at this point, but I was defending him, going, "Oh yeah, this is probably just a prank, bro. He's just trying to test
trolling.
people. Yeah, he's trolling." No, he was serious. He was going to let everybody die
Over the government taking his thing, turning into a bioweapon. Like, first of all, this is the government. I know people love the government. I mean, I don't know about you, Sasuke, but people love the government. They can't get enough of them. But it's like, are you surprised? Are you surprised that they would take something that you wanted to use and turn it against humanity and use it as a weapon? They've done that with every fucking thing.
Mm. Yeah,
it's not a surprise.
It's nonsensical for his, and I understand that's the point. It's nonsensical because this was an overreaction to a amalgamation of things. It wasn't just the one moment of the government using this research as a weapon. It was being vastly ignored when it came to a lot of real world situations. So he felt it upon himself to be, as they said, I think they said the seventh trumpeter, to essentially indicate Armageddon, the apocalypse as we came to know it in this series. But it just, when he explains why he does what he does, it just feels like a little kid who threw a tantrum because he didn't get what he wanted.
Seriously, you didn't finish all of your lunch, so you get no snack, you get no cookie. But I want a cookie. No, you didn't finish your food. I'm gonna kill all humanity.
Kill you all. Just wait.
And then there was a forced shoehorn love story between Hirsch and him for some reason, because that was also never explained. It's like, yeah, let's throw in a love story on top of that. He gives humanity the cure. He asks the question, says, was it worth it? Oh, humans, not all of them are bad. Okay, that's good enough for me. Blah. Just dies.
Here's a thing that a montage is meant to try to cover up, but Satsuki is here to expose. Okay. They have the cure, and they're able to distribute it to everybody. How that's possible, I don't know, because we literally lived through a pandemic. I mean, we're still kind of going through a pandemic, honestly.
Yeah.
But with vaccines alone, people weren't getting those things immediately. That
took months.
And then with the time frame that they had, I know like not everybody had the same clock as far as when they were seeing symptoms, when they were dying from these things, because not everybody took Hopna at the same time, obviously. But for the time frame that they had, less than 24 hours until the first Hopna users were going to die. There's no fucking way this cure got distributed that fast. It's not possible. It's just not possible. We've seen not as deadly, of course, but we've seen a similar situation with the pandemic and how slow we can be with this kind of thing. And also just how chaotic it would be for, especially if everybody needed it or a vast majority of the population needed it. Oh my God, there would be people storming lines of people. It would be chaotic. So what they're not talking about is all the lives that he still destroyed in doing what he did, because they kind of make it seem like, oh, everybody got the cure, everybody's fine. But no, there had to have been, if not millions, tens of thousands of people who died.
Yeah. Yeah, people did die because of this, because of some old man's temper tantrum about his bioweapon being used. And global warming. People didn't listen to him when he was talking about the Earth. It just oh man, I really felt the ending was just not worthwhile. This series, it's a shame, because I definitely have high respect for Watanabe. I really think when it comes to anime as a whole, he's a great contributor and will be up there on like the Hall of Fame when everything's all said and done. It's just, this is a dud, plain and simple. This is not his best, and probably his worst. And just because of just how rushed and dumb the ending was. I mean, I could definitely go back and say that DJ, dance club episode was probably the highlight of the whole series, and I enjoyed it as its own thing. But other than that, I couldn't say that I liked the series as a whole. It's going to be forgettable when 10 years go by.
Yeah. We stuck through with it, but yeah, it didn't stick the landing at all. And it was something that we feared given where we were. Absolutely. It was one of those things we kind of saw the writing on the wall at a certain point, probably at the halfway mark, where it didn't seem like things were moving in a direction that it needed to, or at the pace it was supposed to. Pacing was really, really bad for this series. I think the character writing and the dynamics were not as strong as any of the Shinichiro Watanabe works we've seen. And that's usually his bread and butter. And it was disappointing that it didn't feel like we knew Lazarus as well as we did, or that we cared about him. Because, at the end of it, Lazarus gets their freedom, and then they still are a team. And when everybody, says they want to stay in a team, I didn't think.
I to myself, why?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, for me, I didn't go, oh damn, they're together. Like, my whole thing, what I thought in that moment was, why do they want to stay with each other?
They have no reason to. There's literally no rhyme or reason for it. I mean, oh yeah, let's have ourselves a wonderful, happy ending. Oh yeah. But I almost felt like Axel was going to say something at the end when he was going to be like, to be honest, I just kind of want to do my own thing. I don't really care about doing any of this stuff anymore. But he didn't say that. He said, to be honest, I want to kick more ass. It's like, you're stupid. Kicking ass of what?
Yeah.
What are you going to fight?
I think the problem with all of them just agree. It's not even a problem that they all want to stay together. It just feels like it's a monolith of opinions when it comes to the agreeance of Lazarus should stay. Because if I asked every character individually, why do they want to stay in Lazarus? Am I going to get different answers, or the creator's going to be like, because they all like each other? Is that going to be the answer?
We are friends.
I
you are my best friend.
I love my coworker.
Insert name here.
So that it just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel real, because again, the character dynamics didn't work in the sense where they felt like the found family that they ended up being. So yeah, they just feel like coworkers to me. They don't feel like friends. I can't see Doug and Axel hanging out at a bar. I can't. Maybe Chris and Axel. I can kind of see that. Maybe Leland and Elena just because they had that one episode together. But as a whole, they don't really have that chemistry with each other. Where we saw it in other Shinichiro Watanabe works. Always cite Cowboy Bebop because I think it was, it's the granddaddy, and I think probably where it was at its best when it came to that whole thing of, just the sense of camaraderie everybody had with each other. That felt like a found family. It felt like it could break apart at any time, but it felt like there was something, I don't know, core to their character that kept them all together.
Yeah, it definitely was a ragtag group, and it felt natural. Yes, and Decrepit Storm, you're right. We basically still know absolutely nothing about Doug. We know fuck all about Doug and what he does.
Nope.
And we never will. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is at this point. But
yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, I'm almost curious to see what we could have gotten had we had the same like time length when it came to episodes. Who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have made a fucking difference. I don't know. It just, everything, like I said, just felt just very rushed. It felt like it wasn't like, oh, you saved the world, and it just didn't feel rewarding. And everybody was just like kind of like, yay, we did it. Hooray, we saved the world. Dr. Skinner's dead and Hirsch loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P.
0 days left for Lazarus.
Yep. Zero. I wonder if that was supposed to be like a hidden message to 0 days left for us, as it said it at the very end in the bottom right. And it's like, what's that supposed to mean, Shinichiro? Are you trying to say like we need to get our ass in gear and save the world? What is that?
I put Hopna, anybody who watched Lazarus, you are now going to die.
No.
This is what you get for talking shit about.
No, especially KOA. No, I'm sorry.
He's gonna put us on a big screen like Bobbity did when he was like, these people piss me off in particular.
Oops. Gotta run. Yeah, and then we start going blind and have sparkly eyes. And we're like, God damn it.
Oh,
why did we watch this series?
Well, that is it for Lazarus. We will see you, shit cowboy.
See you, shit cowboy.
Well, it is on to the first anime of the summer 2025 season. Dandadan, season 2, episode 1. Wait, what the is? Hold on.
What happened?
I don't know.
Is it a wrong GIF?
No, it's not a wrong GIF. It's just that it didn't. I know what it was. I didn't change the name. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, it's fine now.
All right. They changed the intro. Not nearly as catchy as the first OP. I don't really like this OP.
It's fine. It's not something I'm gonna play again though.
But Dan did like the first one. Da 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 da. That is a good one. I love that one. I
definitely think the ending is better than the opening. Better. Yeah,
for sure. But last we left our heroines, they were at a spa retreat. Good old Momo was getting pinned down and drowned. And yes, we had ghouls that were they had intentions, so to speak. And she gets out with the power of destroying the whole spa, just knocking down everything. Well, it was like a mixture of her like escaping, but then it was like Turbo Granny doing her thing.
That spa was made by Ed and Nettie. That is some shit that they would create.
Hammer and Dale.
It broke apart so easy. It was like a fucking science fair exhibit.
I could literally see it. Ed was the one building it. Eddie's, of course, the one that's like, that'll be 25 cents. Come inside and get it. And Ed's just doing, or Double D's doing the receptionist stuff. Here's your towel. Here's your whatever. It's perfect. It definitely spells Ed and Eddie. But yeah, so that happened.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of was over before it even began. Like, I thought this was going to be like a longer thing, but it was just like, oh, I'm so glad we waited 6 months to kind of be like, well, she's okay now.
Yeah,
Lasted 2 minutes.
I feel like they should have ended season 1 with this episode, just because I know next episode is supposed to be like, yeah, I know next episode is supposed to be based on the title of the next episode. I think it said like Evil Eye, which, I mean, if you've seen the trailer, I'm pretty sure this guy's going to be some arc antagonist or something, which we haven't had an arc antagonist since Silky, Silky and Turbo Granny. So because a lot of these demons, ghouls, aliens, whatever you may call them, feel a lot of like villain of the week ish, where they don't have a lot of staying power. Not casting any dispersions against Silky, because the Silky episode was great, and Turbo Granny is still with us, but those are like starter villains, whatever. This is probably going to be the first time that we have a villain that's going to have some lasting impact on us, I feel. But speaking about some of the things you saw in the episode, once a fucking again, I don't understand. It's like because I don't know exactly everything I said with the last episode of season 1, but it's like they ramped shit up just to go, fuck you, Satsuki.
Just like you personally.
Specific fuck you, Satsuki. Because I remember, I do remember this point where, because the Keto family, we come to find that's their name. The Keto family are in a hot spring with Momo, and then they have that scene at the end of season 1, and I'm like, are they doing like some comedy rape scene? And I was getting gaslit into going like, no, that's not what's going on. And then we go into this season, and it's like, no, that's exactly what they're doing. Now, are they actually trying to do that? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either, especially that one scene where that guy grabs Momo from behind when she makes it to the house.
Yeah.
And then he grabs a leg right on her inner thigh and everything like that. I'm just like, is this a sacrifice or...
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, I wish I could definitively say, no, this was because of the sacrifice thing or whatever. But here's the thing. They intentionally frame it in that way to make it look that way. It is not me coming up with some shit and just seeing, I'm seeing a dog when it's actually a cat. No, they are framing it in a way where they're showing these guys to be like, I told you about the whole genre thing of like the ugly bastards. It's like this whole genre of ugly fat guys that go around. Like there's a whole hentai genre of it, of ugly bastards, ugly people just going around raping women. And that's definitely what they were going for with the Keto family, because all these guys, the whole Keto family in general, aren't very attractive. I think that's call me, you know, I may be, I don't know.
You sexist pig.
Yeah, I'm sorry. May I got high standards.
More
I don't
than
know.
just looks, okay.
Yeah, I'm shallow. I don't think they're all that attractive. So I think that's what they were going for with the whole Momo thing. I didn't like that aspect of it. I felt it was unnecessary, especially too, because like, for example, when Gigi and Okarun get captured, they don't have that same type of scenes going on with them. When they get captured, they're just captured.
Yeah, they just beat up and shirtless.
Yeah.
Why are they shirtless? I don't know.
But then when when Momo is in the house, specifically, they choose the guys to all go after her. That's not an accident.
Right. The guys went after, and it wasn't until like the head of the family, who reminds me a lot of that old lady from Kung Fu Hustle, just completely just like obliterates. Great animation, looked great.
Yeah, she beat Momo's ass.
Yeah, she did. She beat her into that room, and Momo loves that roundhouse kick too. I noticed she uses it a lot. But yeah, that was fun. That was cool. But yeah, that was definitely by design for sure. That was one of those piss Sasuke off. Let's piss him off. Let's have all the men go after her.
And for everything that happened with the Keto family, well, first and foremost, the Keto family are this family that take it upon themselves to sacrifice people to save this village. They apparently they need to do it in threes, and this is also it is also alluding to the fact that this very thing happened to Gigi's parents, that they were sacrificed. So they sacrifice people in threes to what they think is Sukanochi or Suchi,
some kind of worm thing.
Fuck, I got the name written down. Suchinoko. They think it's a Suchinoko, which is like some snake demon god thing.
Yeah, but instead it's an Alaskan bullworm.
Yeah, it's an Alaskan bullworm. And yeah, so they're thinking they're doing good for the village, which I guess they are in a sense. You know, sacrificing a few to save the many, to keep this volcano from erupting, because legend has it when Tsuchinoko gets hungry, the volcano erupts and the whole village is going to be in magma. So they're doing it for the village. Not really though, because it seems like they're enjoying being the guys who get to choose who lives and dies with this ritual, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And they one of the funniest moments that happened in the episode, I will admit, was when they were all like dancing in the circle, doing like a dance or whatever. Eat them up, eat them up, eat them up, and then the fucking worm just eats them up.
That's why I want to make this official statement thus far. Because it's not a Tsuchinoko, they call it a Kuragari. Kuragari is my favorite character right now in Dandadan. For the pure fact that he killed him, like there was, I guess it was some build up to it, but he just did it immediately. Just get him out, kill him. Thank you. Because this whole family needs to go. I hope it's not one of those situations either where they're in the belly, they haven't been digested, and they save them anyways. Please just kill them. That's the perfect way for them to die.
Yeah, for sure. I agree, because I didn't really care for them either. They were just like these weird rapey ghost things. So it's like, yeah, they're not gonna be missed.
The funny part is they're human. Allegedly, they're human.
They look great, like the ghost/alien people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're not like demons or anything. They're just people. They're just Honestly, just ugly. They were demons. They're just ugly. Hey, you insensitive pig.
Okay, you know what? I guess we're both a little insensitive. Okay, you judge people off looks. I assume everybody's an alien and a demon, so my bad.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're probably something because just because of their eyes, you know. If anything, like that's got to be something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's beside the point. We saw a little bit of Gigi this episode. He was getting hardcore pressed by the Keto family. You kind of see his struggles with how he's been living because, you know, his parents are gone and he's been living under this family and he has to reveal his every move because they're so paranoid about him bringing a spirit medium to them. So it's like, it shows how stifled his life has been, despite how carefree his attitude is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Now I'm curious because they did this whole talk about the reason why they're serving up these sacrifices because to quail a whole volcano that's going to erupt. Do we think now a volcano is going to erupt because of this? Oh, well, I guess technically, I guess all that kind of like goes out the window because it's not a god. It's a fucking Alaskan bullworm. And then those people died. So I guess the sacrifices have been quelled. So in both ways, I don't know. I guess it wouldn't happen, but I'm almost interested to see if it does.
I think what's going to end up happening is maybe the threat of the volcanic eruption is still going to be there, but it's just not going to be for the reasons that were explained to us, because it's like 2 layers of deception. Because at first we get an explanation where this boo tuber goes to explain to Momo about how there's not a Tsuchinoko for real. You know, he's like, yeah, this is BS, and we kind of do this to attract tourists. It's like, okay. And then we're with the Keto family, and they're kind of like, no, we sacrifice people for the Tsuchinoko for real. And then we actually see, you know, we go through this layer underground, and then we see it's not a Tsuchinoko. It's a completely different thing. In general, it's a what did they call it? UMA. I think it's unidentified mysterious animal. And it's like, all right, so where did the legend come from if it's not all of these things that they've been saying it is? And I think we're going to find out eventually. So
yeah, this is definitely an episode I would say I agree with you. I feel like they should have ended with this episode in season 1, because I definitely feel like the next episode is going to be really good. Like, we're going to have this action scene with a worm. We're, you know, probably going to have even more things to allude to that involves villain arcs and whatnot. So yeah, I definitely think this should have been it for sure. And I'm looking forward to see what happens, because at the very end, Okarun transforms like, and I don't know if it was like, because it wasn't like his form when he turns into that creature or whatever. It was almost like Turbo Granny mixed with him.
Yeah,
something. It's like a weird look.
Yeah, he went berserk and he went to go attack Gigi immediately, because there was a sound being emitted and we don't know who it's from or like why it started in the first place.
Because Gigi couldn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the only one. He was like, "What's wrong with you guys?"
So like obviously it has to do with any of the people who can see, go, or you know, these apparitions and things of that nature. But given again that the villain is Jagan Evil Eye, I'm assuming it has like some like mind influencing powers where it can make someone go berserk. In which case maybe that's where Gigi will come into play with this whole thing, because my whole thinking about what's going on now is obviously Momo can fight, obviously Okarun can fight. What is Gigi going to have to do with this? Is he going to get a power up just like how we had with Ira way back when? What is going to happen with him exactly?
Yeah. I'd be curious to see that as well. But yeah, that's what it looks like it's alluding to. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens the next episode. We gotta get out of this old country town spa arc.
Wrong turn. Some shit at a wrong turn.
Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, wrong turn, or not nearly as bad as Texas Chainsaw, but definitely like weird. Like the family's weird.
Mm-hmm.
You're really his friend. What is he like for a soccer team? I forgot what he said, like Germany's a town or whatever.
Yeah.
Germany's a town. And it's because he saw the poster and he was like, nice.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, which family would you rather be in? EA, this family or the Baker family from Resident Evil Biohazard?
This one, just because the Baker family is fucking nuts. They eat people. They have one person that rips his own fucking fingernails off. The other guy can't even fucking die, even with half of his body gone.
Oh,
Here I come.
They have family dinners every night, though. You know,
the wife turns into a spider, and was there a fourth person? I think it was just 3.
Well, unless you want to count Zoe.
Oh,
because it would be the dad, the mom, the psychopath, and then Zoe.
yeah, but she was brought back to reality at the end. But yeah, no, I'd much rather be with this family. I have to walk around and see people's asses hanging out apparently around the house, and you know that's better than waking up going, you want to play a game? I love playing games. I won't play your game anymore.
Okay. All right. When you put it like that, party pooper.
Putting fucking just weird random shit around the house, and then you like unlock shit by blowing up a balloon and the spikes just shoot into your stomach. Oh, here's the quill of the pen. Oh, no, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Well, that is it for all the shows that we're going to be talking about for this week. A lot of things that we're going to cover next week, which we'll get into now. So I need you guys to open up your ears because we are going to be talking about all of what we're going to cover for summer 2025. And it is a lot. It is a lot.
Mind you, it can go down after a certain period of time, especially if we define one that's like not as good, or we kill it off. So this is always how it starts, but the way it ends, it could be very little. So first and foremost, I just want to say this particular season, we're not going to do a Nakama Club. It was a fun time that we had last season talking about Future Diary, but we need a break. We're going to take a break.
It literally beat the Nakama Club out of us.
Wait, what's this? Cancel KOA. What happened? Oh, it must have been our. Oh, it must have been our insensitivities.
That's true.
But yes. How do you want to start this?
I think we should just announce everything and then kind of get into the stuff that kind of get into the synopsis of the things that we're watching, or explain things a little further.
Yes, I guess Decrepit, yes. Drum roll, please. So obviously one we're going to be talking about is Dandadan, the second core.
What is that?
Goes without saying. Are we going to talk about that one? The second one? Or are we going to wait on that one?
We're going to talk about it, but just save it for a little bit. Just go to the next one.
Okay. My Dress Up Darling season 2, because we saw the first one. I made a super cut video of it, and all of you people that watched it, we are covering it. Told you we are. So we're talking about Dress Up Darling season 2, Sakamoto Days second core or season 2, whatever it is, can't remember. So that's all the same. That's all ones that we've seen and kept watching, and that we're continuing.
Yeah.
There's the next ones we're talking about are brand spanking new. So the first one is called The Summer Hikaru Died. The other one is Kaoru Hana, or the English translation, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. And then the last one is Togen Anki.
Well,
there you go.
And then one show that we're going to be watching, but not necessarily covering, at least on Thursdays in this format, is going to be a Patreon exclusive type of deal. And it's going to kind of be late into when it airs. We're going to be watching Panty and Stocking season 2, but me and EA both agreed that we wanted to watch the English dub rather than the sub. And
because come on,
yeah, it's just one of those shows where, not to say that the Japanese voice actors or actresses don't do their thing. It's just that we both watched in the dub, and it just has a certain appeal to it when it's dubbed for us. So I think we need to wait on that one. I don't know if it's simul dub. I don't think it is, because I've seen no news about it thus far.
Yeah, so we're more than likely going to have to wait on that one just until it's dubbed. And once it is fully dubbed, we'll talk about it on KOA Plus. Another reason to join. So, Decrepit Storm, Lucky Dog, you get to see it first, and then whoever else wants to join, come on in too. Only $1. So, Dandadan, pretty self-explanatory. Panty Stocking, waiting for the plus. Dress Up Darling season 2. I'm curious to see how well they're going to do, because I think this is one where both you and I read the manga.
Yes.
Sea Tactics was the only one that never read it, but he uses the I freaking love him every chance he gets. And of course, Sakamoto Days you read and I didn't, but I loved the first part and I thought it was great. So, let's dive into our new animus. What is it? The Summer Hikaru Died.
Yep.
I could read this synopsis unless you have it.
Yeah. You can read. Are you reading on my anime list?
No, sorry, anime list. I know it's different. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Did you want me to do my anime list?
Oh no, you can. No. You can do it. Let me just bring it up, because I'm gonna bring it up on screen so everybody can see what you're reading.
Oh, okay.
So they have a visual cue.
All right, just give me the signal. That way I can begin reading.
Where's it at? Summer. Where are you at? God damn it! Where are you at? Season, summer. There it is.
Technical difficulties, folks. Hold on.
All right. They're seeing a screen. Why is
cool.
the screen not bigger? There it is. All right.
Alrighty. So here we go. The synopsis is: two best friends living in a rural Japanese village. I'm bad with names, so please don't make fun. Yoshiki and Hikaru, growing up together, they were inseparable until the day Hikaru came back from the mountains and was no longer himself. Something has taken over Hikaru's body, memories, feelings, and everything they know begins to unravel. I saw the trailer for this and I immediately was like, this has potential to be really good. It's a horror anime, and I don't know about you, Sasuke, but I feel like when it comes to horror animes, either they're really good or they're really bad.
Yeah. It's not much in between. Stop.
So
I gotta get out of. There we go.
what is happening? Okay. Yeah, so that is that. The next one that we're gonna be discussing is Kiarohana, the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. Let me know when it's up.
I'll go ahead and take this one.
Oh, you're gonna take it? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't wanna I ain't gonna steal everything
give
from
me
you.
that.
You got it. You go ahead, take it.
All right. Put on screen. All right. This was kind of a long synopsis, but for Kyoruhana, despite being adjacent to one another, Chidori Public High School and all girls Kikyo Private Academy seems to exist in two different worlds. While the latter boosts in immaculate reputation and favors students from wealthy backgrounds, the former is why am I not full screen? There we go. The former is a nest for dim-witted delinquents. Everyone at Kikyo harbors a deep hatred for their Chidori neighbors. All right, we are xenophobic. 16-year-old Rentaro Sumugi is a student at Chidori whose intimidating face leads people to avoid him. Rentaro pays no mind to this as he is content with his group of friends. However, there is something he has not told them yet. Sometimes he helps out at his family's cake shop. So he's a little softy, you know? One day at work,
cutie.
Yeah, Rentaro sees a customer at a table, but she runs off before he can talk to her. The next day, he receives an apology from the girl Karuko Waguri, who explains that she did not run away because of his appearance and that she believes Rentaro is a kind-hearted person, although he is not used to. This name is really going to kick my ass. Karuko. Yeah, Karuko. Karuko's bright personality. Rentaro looks forward to forming a friendship with her. There's just one obstacle that stands in his way. Karuko is a Kyoko student. Oh my god. So it's like, I guess with that being said, it kind of seems like a not Beauty and Beast story, but kind of like Shrek and Fiona. They're not supposed to. Yeah. Nobody wanna see us together. That type of thing.
I'm an ogre.
Yeah.
Doesn't that bother you? Nope. Really?
Yeah. I mean, this series though is pretty well thought of with the manga, at least. Like the manga is highly rated.
Trayvon says it's a great series. So also, hello Midnight.
Oh yeah, what is good, Midnight? I am excited to see what we get from it because you know, I'm a romance manga type of guy, so I want to see if it.
Storm just said.
It's like, who are you in Nishijima? Oh my god!
My god! It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see what we get from it though. Yeah, look of it looks cool. You know, Delinquent definitely looks like a delinquent. He has the blonde hair, he has the piercings, and Karo's she's adorbs.
Totes
big eyes,
little thing that you want to protect. She's like 5 foot nothing. Yeah. And you're just like, fit in my pocket. We can go home together.
Yeah. Or don't do that because we already watched the series like that.
Oh shit,
Midori Days.
You're right. I want to take it home with me. So the last one, and this is any list for Togen and Key. This is essentially one that I saw that it seemed like it was pretty interesting to me. I honestly don't know if this is something we would keep, but we'll see what happens because I'm always willing to give anything a shot, especially if it involves action and like demons, blood, whatever. Anyway, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. It's on the screen.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, one of those words.
Yeah, I can't speak today. The bloodlines of Oni and Momotaru have been have been passed down among certain humans for generations. Long ago, the Oni, aware of their own ferocity, why you gotta use big words, lived in seclusion. However, their peace was shattered by an invasion led by Momotaru. Over thousands of years, these two factions formed the Momotaro Agency and the Oni Agency, respectively, and have been locked in conflict ever since. So it's a long battle. The protagonist, Shiki Ichinose, I'm guessing, suddenly learns of his Oni lineage following an unexpected attack by Momotaru. This revelation sets Shiki on a path to discover the destiny that lies within his blood, a meeting with the Oni dwelling within him. A new generation of Dark Heroics begins here in this Tale of Demons. So essentially, it looks like a shonen. I saw the trailer for it as well. It looks like they fight with like blood weapons and fighting stuff like that. Something that's reminiscent to like, I don't know, like Dead Man Wonderland or any other blood art type fighting series that are out there. And girl with big boobs.
She's okay. So when we were thinking about what we're going to watch, we had a short list of 5 different anime, and of those 5, we had 3 that made it through. All the ones of which we talked about, because we knew we were going to watch a lot of things that were season 2s, that being Sakamoto Days, My Dress Up Darling, blah blah blah. But so like, because it was I forgot the name of the other 2 things that we were thinking about, but there was one that EA just wasn't interested in, so I was like, all right, we're not going to go there. But I read the first chapter for this series and a couple of chapters from the other series we had that was on the short list, and the other series wasn't bad. It's just that I don't think it's a good anime for us to cover because it was very episodic. It was like, if you read the manga, it's kind of like Komi-san, where Komi-san sometimes will have 4 pages a chapter or 10 pages a chapter, where it's like it's almost like a four coma type deal with it, where it's like a really really short comic. So I just felt like, that's probably not something we want to cover. I don't think we would do well with a series like that. But looking at Touken Anki, I looked at the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, this is nice. And then I saw the girl with the big boobs and I was like, yeah, we're watching this.
For sure. I saw that too. I was like, okay, that pushed my vote just a little bit up.
Yeah. But we're covering a shonen series. We're kind of hit or miss with those. Just reading the first chapter of it, it seems like one of those. It seems like one of those series where I'm not going to think is the best thing in the world, but it'll probably be enjoyable. That's how I see it from the first chapter that I read. I didn't go further than that, but it seems cool. The art for one scene in particular was really good. So hopefully the anime, keeps up with the manga art, or maybe even enhances it.
I feel like this is the first high school romance on the podcast since Insomniacs. I think you may be right.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time we did a romance.
Yeah, we typically don't do pure romance series.
Yeah, in fact, I feel like this particular summer alone is like a lot of romances. It's like ones that we didn't even cover. Like this is like the summer of romance for some reason. But it's like, all right, cool. I mean, shonen in romance.
This is kind of diverse in that we got a romance series, we got a horror series, we got Sakamoto Days, that's an action shonen series, but it's more like, to me it's more like comedy action, whereas this series seems a lot more serious, And then we got Dandadan, which is also kind of like comedic action, shonen-esque.
The emotions get to you when you don't comprehend the story accurately. Stop choosing anime solely on characters with big boobs. Decrepit Storm. Sorry, I can't do that.
To be fair, fairness to us, for the other anime that we were thinking about, she had big boobs too. So it's like we chose one bigger. We not even who had the biggest, but we chose two anime where it featured not even feature, but it has women with big boobs. Both of them had women with big boobs. It's just that this one won.
Yeah,
and it's not because they were bigger.
Nope. No, because sometimes too big is too much. Like that one girl. That I don't even know, but it's like missiles off of her fucking chest.
She on the cover.
Oh no, I'm not talking about School Days, but I was talking. I've seen a gif of her multiple times. She's got like purple hair, and I think she wears like a yellow top.
Purple hair, yellow top.
And her boobs are like ridiculous the way that they're animated. Like that's one of those where it's like, no, that's way too much.
Damn, I don't know who that is.
Now, if you choose anime based on big ass, you be better off. I mean, if we were, doing, well, no, not really, except for the select few. You know, if we were talking about Keijo back in the day when we were doing the anime, I would have voted that. Like that would have been my lock. I would have done Keijo as my lock. And you're like, that was going to be my lock if you didn't say anything. And that's a great show.
Yeah,
that's a goofy, fun show.
You love Keijo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these are the series that we're covering for the summer. So if you guys want to watch it with us, also pretty much everything that we said we're watching will be airing by the time next podcast, with the exception of I gotta look it up, but
I think Sakamoto Days.
Sakamoto Days is starting a week later, so you don't have to worry about Sakamoto Days. And I want to say it was another series. I have to check. If I have it right, it was Sakamoto Days.
I'm gonna say, let me check really quick while we're still thinking about it. Yeah, because that's coming out soon. That's coming out soon.
You know what it is?
Sakamoto. What is it?
Wait a minute. Is my math right? Yeah. Okay, so it's Togen Anki. Togen Anki.
Yeah, that comes out. Okay.
Yeah, because it airs July 11th.
Okay, so it'll be the day after. Okay. So then we'll have two series that we won't talk about immediately, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, so next week we'll be talking about Dandadan Season 2, My Dress Up Darling Season 2,
Yep.
Sakamoto Second Core, The Summer Hikaru Died, Kaoru Hana.
Yep.
And that'll be it. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that is what we have that we're going to be discussing next week and all summer long, unless we kill something or just get tired of it. And now we move on to viewer questions. And we got two this week. Two really interesting, cool questions. I don't know if you want to post your questions in the chat. Go ahead. I don't mind. I feel like we have a little extra time, but we'll answer whatever if it's decent. Anyway, first question. I'll read that. You can read the next one. Eat an entire pizza or an entire rotisserie chicken. Which would be easier for you?
Oh, this is easy.
A long time ago, I used to eat a whole large pizza by myself. I can't do that anymore. That was back in my my teenage years. And a rotisserie chicken, I feel like they're not that big. I feel like you could eat a whole There's like a lot of bones in a rotisserie chicken, though, so it's a lot of picking at it. It also depends on the size, because sometimes you get those small chickens. I guess you could say it's pizza size too. Like if you got like I don't know, like a medium or even like a small size pizza, you could probably finish that whole thing. But if we're talking large, I couldn't do large. I will go and I will say pizza.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I haven't done it lately. It's funny how it's funny how you kind of slow down with eating and get older. Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, because I used to be able to go through pizzas easy.
Just put it all away and have room for dessert.
Yep. But yeah, I would say first and foremost, this is a weird thing with me. Whenever I eat anything, I like it when it's portioned rather than when it's like a big thing. So for me, a rotisserie chicken, if they were like, if you gave me the same amount of chicken, but you just gave me it in like, I don't know, like wings or something, I probably would be able to do that. But when it's like, I don't know, just a visual idea of eating something bigger just makes it harder for me. In that sense, I think that's why a pizza would be easier for me, since it's broken down into portions and I could just go, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So pizza for me.
Also Trayvon just found out Panty and Stocking got redubbed cast, and it's coming out on July 19th from Amazon Prime. So there you go.
19th
is
or
going to have a 9. I'm sorry. I cannot fucking read today. July 9th from Amazon Prime is what Trayvon just said. And if that's the case, then it does have a simul dub. That's awesome.
Oh, why the hell can I find this before?
When in doubt, ask Trayvon. He'll find the answers for you.
Yeah, I'm seeing it on Reddit.
Thank you, Trayvon.
The bitches are back. That's what the thing says. That's not what I think.
I figured. No, I figured. Is it the same cast? Is it Monica Rial and Jamie Markey?
Hold on.
Sorry, we gotta find this out. Important research stuff.
It is that. Well, no, this just says season 2.
Oh,
but yes, there's a new English dub planned for the upcoming Pan and Stalking Article Season 2, but the English dub is not returning. While the original English dub cast is not returning, a new cast has been announced, and the dub will be available on Prime Video. This is just the AI thing. This is the AI thing, so I'm still looking for.
Okay, I was about to say, you mean to tell me they're not getting the same people to do the voices? Are you crazy?
Trailers on Amazon page. Oh God.
You get Holo and old what's his face to come back, but you can't get the Panty and Stocking to come back to do the voices.
This is very important.
Unheard of. Yes, this is very important.
If you have it, you can send it in the chat, Trayvon. I would very much like to see that. Dub.
Well, I was gonna say, shall we move on to the next question, or did you want to?
Yeah, we can do that. Next question: what's a TV show or movie you would recommend to anime fans?
I would assume this would mean not an anime to send to somebody who's an anime fan. That's a good question.
The problem with that is anime is too broad for me to recommend a movie or a TV show just based on you being an anime fan. Because, like, what does that mean exactly? Because being an anime fan is like saying you're a fan of cartoons. I don't know where to go from that.
Right. And I feel like you could recommend cartoons, like you could do the Into the Spider-Verse and, you know, like stuff like that. And I think anime fans would really love it. For me, one that I think anime fans would really love would be the live action version of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That is an amazing movie. That is a video game brought to life, turned into a movie. And it's just really, really fun. I would recommend that to anime fans because I loved it. And I feel like anime fans would love Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I'm talking about the 2010 version, not the animated one that they did recently.
Let's roll! 3!
Okay, I found it. Let me listen to it. It's only 26 seconds. Oh, actually, you guys should hear it too. I won't play it just so we don't get like copyrighted or something.
Copy struck.
Yeah. Oh, let me do this too, EA, so you can also see it. Let me share it.
All right, yeah. That way I can see what it looks like. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna watch it now.
God damn it! Why is it showing on Discord? Can I hide you?
I don't know. You can hide me however you want.
It's gonna look awkward. I'm gonna just keep it like this. Whatever.
Okay.
All right. And action.
Panty and stocking. Panty stocking. PANTYSTOCKING.
But angels, you foul creatures are still fair game! Stalking, die! Just look how the mighty have fallen.
Come on now,
That's
bring
cool.
it!
Looks like everything's ready to go.
Stalking,
Panty!
let's roll!
The voices
Free
aren't-
hands!
Ew!
The voices are different.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yep.
That. Why would they not? Why would they not bring them back?
I mean, we don't know the situation. To be fair,
No,
we don't know.
it could be a million things, and we don't know. But it's just like,
yeah. For all we know, they could have been offered the role and they turned it down. I mean, you got.
why?
I mean, it's been a decade plus since they've done that show, and it's very vulgar. Like maybe they just don't want to do it.
You think it's a sensitive thing, like they don't want to do it because of, the original one was very much paying homage to South Park and drawn together, and they were in the realm of that.
It's a completely different time. Like I
Very
said, it's a decade. It's damn near 2 decades.
Yeah,
I think.
2010.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? 2010?
I think.
I don't know why I thought it was
the original was 15 years.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was 27.
Time just flies.
Yeah, but it's been a long time, right? So I could see them just going like, we don't want to do this, especially with like both actresses, because with both actresses being in where they are, it could be like, I don't know, it could be like, I'm thinking of it like
call each other whores anymore.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it like a Chris Tucker situation, like where Chris Tucker is like, I'm not doing another Friday. After he did Rush Hour, he's like, I'm not going back to Friday, and it's understandable. So,
I mean, he got paid. I don't blame him.
Yeah. So maybe it's a situation where obviously it's not equivalent to Chris Tucker, but maybe it's a situation where they just feel like they outgrown that role.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I would have liked to have seen them come back. That would have been nice, but I mean, to each their own, I suppose. Well, that kind of changes things when it comes to us watching.
We gotta give it a try at the very least.
At least. Because who knows? Maybe they'll knock it out of the park and they'll be really good. I like the intro, though.
Yeah.
Penny is talking. Pen is talking.
Man.
Oh, there was a third question in here by midnight. Question: you're trapped in the Pokemon world or the Yu-Gi-Oh world until you become a champion. Which ones you got the best chance doing? well, I suck at all card games, so I would probably say Pokemon, even though I scrape by with Pokemon, to be quite honest. But card games, I don't know. I feel like card games always fuck me. No matter what, whether it's the Liar's Bar or any other type of game, I'm just like, no, I can't win this.
Till you become champion, I'll probably go with. I feel like you'd be fucked in both. I'm not gonna lie. To be Pokemon champion, you just gotta be on point.
You really gotta grind.
Yeah, I'll go Yu-Gi-Oh. I feel like I have a better chance with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Fair
I don't
enough.
know. Maybe I could just rob somebody for good cards or something. You can't really do that with Pokemon exactly.
just hey, what's that over there? Just steal their deck and just run.
I feel like the entry level is a little more forgiving than Pokemon.
That's true. It's not like you could just go up to somebody's Pokemon and just jack their shit.
Yeah, because then the
Maybe you could
Pokemon's
jack-
not going to it's not going to even if it worked like that, the Pokemon's not going to listen to you. So
Right. Use Thunderbolt. Hey, bitch! I said use Thunderbolt.
all right.
Not on me, you asshole.
Yeah. I'm reading more about this whole situation. So this is all speculation.
Breaking news.
Yeah, this is not confirmed on my end. I'm literally reading Reddit and Twitter for this information thus far. But
Which
apparently
you can take that as you will.
Yeah, definitely do your own research on this. Do not take me at my word. But apparently, when it came to the casting for new Panty and Stalking, there was an audition, of course, but apparently they didn't even contact the original voices.
They didn't even. It's like fucking Princess Peach and Toad with the new Mario kart game. What the fuck? Well, actually, no. Nintendo didn't even do that. They actually had them do the voice and didn't even use them in the game. So that's worse. But wow, to not even be contacted, I would be pissed.
And it's because it's Amazon Prime too. So that's
why. Because Funimation did it, and Crunchyroll owns Funimation now. That's why Spice and Wolf was able to recast them, because wasn't Spice and Wolf Crunchyroll?
Yeah, Funimation, yeah.
There you go. So
I'm pretty sure.
why would they not even consider it? Maybe it has something to do with contracts or something. I don't know. I don't know how that works. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Again, if this is true. So, well, that's a bummer. Exactly, Trayvon. They're wrong for that if that's true. So, well, way to end it on a down note, but good note. Like I said, we have a new season of anime that we're discussing next week. Brand new summer season 2025. So, snaps for that. And just going to drop these links in the chat because we have reached the end of the podcast here. We have a Patreon, we have a Blue Sky. Patreon, as we mentioned before, we're going to be talking about Panty and Stocking. Debatable now, just because of recent events as to what happened. We will definitely let you know and keep you posted. So
we can do a first impressions, like I don't know, maybe 2-3 episodes. We kind of see how the chemistry is with these characters, you know.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Can't hurt to try.
Regardless, you should join the Patreon anyway, because we have more than just that. We have a backlog of all kinds of things where we talk about SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the Pokemon Celebration, Watamote and how great it is, video games and what we grew up with, Madoka Magica when we talk about the movie, and of course, Drunken Podcast with me and Sasuke talking about our drunken adventures of fundom. Blue Sky as well. You know, whenever we go live or if we want to like post fun stuff, where Decrepit Storm down here did a wonderful clip collage of greatest hits with us. So definitely check out Decrepit Storm. He is the man for that. And yeah, that's all the stuff that we got. So Satsuki, where can they find you?
Well, I want to say 7 shows, not next week, but we have in total that we're watching. Again, I want to go over the shows just in case you guys weren't listening.
Hear it in the back.
Yeah.
Listen, pay for the ones in the back.
Dandadan, season 2. Pain and Stalking on KOA, but not on KOA. So you don't really got to worry about that one. My Dress Up Darling, season 2. Sakamoto Days, second core. The Summer Hikaru Died. Karu Hana, The Flagrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. And then Togen Anki. Those are all the shows that we're covering. So if you want to watch these shows along with us, get started, because a lot of these shows are going to start airing this weekend. And yeah, very, very, very soon. So as for me, I'm just trying to get my Ubel video done. I'm very excited about that. Can't wait till I'm actually doing the video editing part, because I'm still in the gathering phase, getting all the specific videos and pictures that I want. But yeah, I'm excited to drop that. I stream pretty much every weekend. Very long time. You can find me on Satsuki the Savage, and that's with a DA, not a THE. I stream a whole variety of games, visual novels, Souls games, Rockstar games, random bullshit. Playing Elden Ring right now, playing Steins Gate right now, playing Somnium Files, a whole slew of games. Nikkei, a lot of things. And that's where you can find me. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So
all right.
Yeah, appreciate you guys joining us this Thursday. Hope to see you next Thursday, where we'll be covering a lot more shows. So be prepared for that. We will be prepared. And y'all take it easy.
Also, just have a safe and don't blow your hands off for it.
Absolutely.
You know, because it ain't no joke. Those things will blow your hands off. Look at what was his name? Was it Justin Tucker on the Giants that blew his hand off?
Jean Pierre something. Yeah. JPP.
Why did I say Justin Tucker?
JPP.
Because yeah. Anyway, yeah, he showed his hand and how it looked like when a firecracker blew off, and it was like, yeah, don't do that. So be safe, eat lots of food, barbecue, swim, do whatever you're doing. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Peace.